You know, one thing about being a Caltex service station operator, the nicest things happen to you. I was giving the usual Caltex service to my customers the other day when who should drive up but Sabrina. I recognized her at once, and she recognized me too, and asked me were the Marfac TV demonstrations I do real. I straight away invited her into the office so she could actually watch one being done. Actually, Sabby, I was just heating this fry pan prior to cooking a hot lunch. And if I just get a couple of samples of grease, then you can do a test for us yourself and prove beyond any doubt that Marfac, under extreme heat conditions, will stand up to it much better than any other grease. My, this fry pan really is hot. Had it turned right up.
My goodness, it really is hot.
About 180 degrees, I'd say. That dark one on the left is Marfac. The other is a conventional chassis grease.
Gee, look, the other one's beginning to go already.
The Marfac hasn't even budged. Can you believe your own eyes?
Can't deny it. That conventional grease looks real burned up.
There, you see, the conventional grease has just about had it, and the Marfac is still in perfect condition. That's what you call a fair dinkum Caltex product, Savvy.
Fair dinkum? Now, you're really talking Australian. What do you mean when you say that Caltex products are fair dinkum?
Well, I don't think I have to explain fair dinkum to many of our viewers, but for your benefit, Savvy, fair dinkum products mean honest-to-goodness, super quality, stick-on-the-job Caltex products. The sort of products you want to use in your car.
Then it's Caltex for me.
Look out! Ooh, Zoom! New flavors and a new picture card series. 40 famous engines. A free color card with every Zoom. Get Zoom Ice Log now.
Good morning.
Hello, young man. Do you know where you're going? Oh, 'cause I don't. That's like going to the left, following that MG, and then we're going right around, and then near the far end, on the right-hand side. So 3/4 of the way up on the right, okay?
Cheat. This is brilliant.
It's upside down.
Yeah, it's not when you lift it like that though.
Oh, well, I see. Yeah, very well.
That's cheating.
Well, no, that's just ingenuity.
The lovely Michelle.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Nice breakfast.
Yes, thank you very much.
You look radiant this morning.
I don't feel it.
Nice wind she's got.
Well, they want Chris to move his car.
Go away.
Leave me alone.
Just move, Harry.
I'm busy.
Just move.
Move.
You're not moving.
Well, one eyelid and then the other one, is it?
That's fine. What about the Cyclops in the middle?
That's the educated eye, wasn't it?
Thank you. Hello.
Hiya.
Hello, Jill.
How you doing?
Oh, very well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. In my usual place,
Lovely.
the kitchen.
Archers?
Not today. Have to listen to the podcast.
Thank you. Don't keep running away. Morning, Derek.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? All right.
I'll just get your wife in shot.
Oh, right, okay. Turn around.
Would you like a sweet?
Well, thanks, Val. Thank you very much. Thank you, very kind of you. Is it a Werther's?
No, I didn't get Werther's, so I always get them with paper on because otherwise they get sticky.
Okay.
David.
Rex,
Good morning.
you're not eating.
I've eaten a full lot. Dave, you're more than interference.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a pain in the arse with that thing in his hand. Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth.
Right. Careful, Val, you might feel a little prick. Morning, Terry.
Morning.
What is with this, then?
What is with this? Oh, it's part of our display, you know, getting me doing the dressing up as usual.
Is your father dressing up?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. It'll scar me for life.
Those should be leather.
Should they?
Yes, lederhosen.
Yes.
Yeah, disappointed me.
So when you slap on the arse, it goes with a loud crack.
I tell you what, if they were leather, you'd have Sue following you around all day. She's got a thing about leather.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I've had to hide the cable ties as well.
Yeah.
Hello, Francis.
Hello, Dave.
Sound enthusiastic, then. Try again. Hello, Francis.
Hello, Dave.
That's better.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, you left me here so I could sit and cry. Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Do you remember, baby, last September, how you held me tight each and every night? Well, whoops-a-daisy, how you drove me crazy, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. There's no use in me crying, I've done everything I know.
Hello, David.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll get your better side.
Oh, absolutely. Lovely. Lovely day.
Is it cold?
Oh, sorry. There's hundreds of them.
The top, is it?
They're very tough at the top. Entices it.
Baby, we'll say we're through and you won't matter anymore. There's no use in me crying, I've done everything and now...
Yeah. Nice hat.
Because I'm only little, you see. I can't climb up there, can I? Hello, everybody. Well, what a privilege to be here in Paignton, and a special occasion called for a special outfit. So here I am today, dressed as a genuine 1960s idiot. What do you think? It sort of works, doesn't it? It does work. Now, this is a wonderful event and so well attended by people from all over the southwest and in fact further afield as well. And I count myself as a traveller to Paignton because this year is a very special anniversary. It's 20 years since I first arrived in Paignton on a vintage coach, not unlike the one that you see just over here. About 25 years ago, my dad and I bought together an old vintage coach that hadn't been used for about 15 years. And I say we bought it together, I contributed about £3.50 of my pocket money, and he put the rest in. So it's joint ownership for you. And we spent the next 5 years or so rebuilding the thing. We took most of it apart and put it back together. As so many people around this field will know, that's the way you get things working. And we eventually painted it up, got it to look pretty, as well as sound good, and we eventually got an MOT on this thing. Quite how, I don't know. And we decided after the MOT that that was time for a test run. And we decided that there was no better place to bring an old West Country coach on a test run than Paignton. Of course, why not? Except that we lived in Reading at the time. So a test run which involved a round trip of some 450 miles. What could possibly go wrong? Well, the first thing that went wrong wasn't in fact an issue with the coach. This was a defect with a human being. Now, I don't know if anybody here today has ever suffered with gout, but gout is an ailment that affects the feet, and they swell up and become very red and very sore. And my dad suffered with this back in 1997. And apparently it's caused by eating too many tomatoes or drinking too much red wine. And every morning for breakfast, my dad used to have a tin of tomatoes and a bottle of red wine. So it's a wonder that both feet didn't swell up, really. But anyway, back in 1997, he had this swollen foot, and we decided that we could just about manage to go ahead with the test run to Paignton if we found him something comfortable to wear. So we went through the wardrobes, we went through the shoe rack, and we looked and we looked and we looked, and eventually we found a pair of my old moccasin slippers. And even though I was only 15 years old at the time, I had bigger feet than my dad. And you know what they say, big feet, big moccasins. So these were ideal for driving the coach, sort of. Now the coach had, and indeed has, a crash gearbox, which means that you have to match the road speed and the engine speed and the gearbox to be able to get it into gear at the right time. And if you get it at all wrong, you make a mess of it, it makes a horrible crunch, or worse still, it doesn't go in at all, and you have to start again. You have to do something that many people on the field today will understand fully. You have to double declutch, which means you put your foot on the clutch, take it out of gear, foot off the clutch, let the revs die down, foot back on the clutch, into gear, foot off the clutch again. It's a difficult enough thing to do if your feet are in good shape. But if you've ever tried double declutching with gout whilst wearing a 15-year-old slippers, you'll know that the road to Paignton was not going to be an easy one. So that's the first thing that went wrong. The second thing was a problem with the coach. Now, we discovered over the course of the A303 that this thing doesn't like hills. And if you know the A303 at all, many West Country folk know it like the back of their hand. It's a bit bumpier than the back of your hand, actually, and plenty of hills to test a 1962 coach. We discovered at the first hill that we got to that this thing was pretty sluggish. The second hill, it was starting to get warm. And on the third hill, we started to boil up. So many of the cars and vehicles here today, if you boil up, you've got a very good visual clue that it's happening, because the engine and the radiator are all in front of you, so you see the steam up ahead. In a coach, it's a little bit different. To give you an indication that it's starting to boil, the manufacturer has to put something very visible on the driver's cab window to make sure that the driver is aware of the problem. So we have an overflow pipe just alongside the driver's cab by the opening window. It's a great visual sign that there is a boiling problem. It's not such a good visual sign that there's a boiling problem if that cab window happens to be open. So my poor dad, with his swollen red foot, now has red hands with scalding, boiling hot water coming in through the cab window, lots of steam inside the coach, red hands where he's now scalded himself, and we also have a coach that has no water in it. Now, the first mistake we made, of course, was not to travel with a barrel of water, and who here would be silly enough to do that? We were very green in those days. Fortunately, 1997 was about the time that the craze for bottled water was coming in. No commuter could be seen without a bottle of water in their hand on the railway station, just a fashion accessory. And so if you happen to be passing Wincanton Tesco's back in 1997, that might account for why you saw a man in slippers with bright red hands filling up a 1962 coach with bottle after bottle after bottle of Buxton Spring. We had a blowout at Yeovil. One of the inner tubes burst, and we kicked ourselves for only changing 4 of the 6 inner tubes. It actually turned out to be one of the new inner tubes that we'd fitted that had been the problem. we had a fuel starvation problem just outside Exeter. And eventually, we managed to arrive in Paignton quite late at night. We stayed at the Redcliffe Hotel, the top of which you can see just at the far end there, where they have a lovely drive to park an old coach in disgrace. And we took ourselves off to the Harbour Light restaurant, which I don't know if it's still there, but used to be down that end of town. And we had ourselves each a T-bone steak to celebrate a series of failures that had eventually managed to turn themselves into something of a success. And of course, T-bone steak is excellent for gout. So it's great to be back in Paignton, 20 years on, with my own coach over here. This is of similar vintage to that coach, and not dissimilar in design. It's a Bristol SU, it's a lightweight coach which was made for the West Country, and it's ideal for some of the narrow lanes that we have in this part of the world. They did use them for a long time in the Paignton area. They used to use them on the number 108 route, which used to go out to Stoke Gabriel. So I might recreate that on the way home and see if I can hold a few of you up on the little lane down to Stoke Gabriel. As you walk round the field today, you will see hundreds and hundreds of vehicles, every one of which is special to its owner. Now, enjoy looking at the vehicles, enjoy reminiscing, but also take time to speak to the owners, because each and every one of those vehicles has dozens of tales of woe and elation in its history, and the owners, like me, talking about the burnt hands and bottled water and triumph against all odds, will love to tell you their stories. So enjoy the exhibits, but also enjoy speaking to the owners. Now, an event like this is an extraordinary feat. You arrive today and find the vehicles here, and it seems as if it's all happened as if by magic, whereas actually a huge amount of work has gone into bringing the vehicles here today, organising the site and getting everybody together. Now, the Torbay Old Wheels Club has hundreds of members, and I'm told reliably that over 60 of those are involved in the actual organisation of today. And just herding the 60 people is a major achievement. But they work on this all year round. And they first approached me about the arrangements for the event on a mince pie special, Santa special train at the South Devon Railway the year before last. So that is how well this event is planned. So I think we should all put our hands together in appreciation for the Torbay Old Wheels Club to show them how much we appreciate their efforts today. And over the years, this event has raised a huge amount for charity, over £40,000 so far. And today, of course, you'll be, we hope, spending your money, eating, drinking and being merry, but do so in the knowledge that your attendance at the event today will also benefit a good number of local charities who will really appreciate the money that has been raised from the event today. So have that great time, eat, drink, be merry, talk to the owners, reminisce, show people the first car you owned and tell them all the little foibles about it, and discover from the owner that those foibles exist to this very day. Pop along, have a look at the bus. See how it was to ride on buses and coaches in the 1960s and 70s in and around Paignton. But most of all, enjoy your day. So it only remains for me to say thank you for coming, and I declare the event officially open. Thank you very much.
How are you?
Very well. Down, down, down. Money, money.
What are you looking at?
Oh, there, right?
Hello guys, all right?
How you doing,
I can't ignore you.
Why not?
You mustn't ignore us.
No.
We want to put a request in, David. We want to have a windshield down this end. We've got the catering vehicle.
What do you need a windshield?
It's a bit windy. There's our catering vehicle.
You get a long sandwich in there.
Here we are.
Dear old pals, jolly old pals.
Sorry.
I'll just join in. Hello there. What can we do?
Hello. Yes.
You're gonna off now.
Have you got a pass, David, to get in?
A pass?
Yes.
I know she haven't got a. Have you got a yellow? Have you got an orange armband?
Anything away.
Yes. Yes.
It's got a return spring on it, Tony. Yes, it's come straight back to your head.
So's my bloody fist. Did you want a wristband, young man?
No, thank you.
Did you want one on you?
No, nowhere else on my nattily either. If Susan does it, it'll be all right.
Oh.
No, that's Susan.
Oh, you didn't mean you.
Susan. Hello. Would you like to put it? No.
Would I like to do what?
The wristband.
Yeah, well, I'll stick it.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Johnny be good. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack, go sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. Old engineer with him sitting in the shade, strumming with the rhythm that the drivers made. When people passing by, they would stop and say, oh my, but that little country boy could play. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Johnny be good.
No.
Well done, Marty. You've won.
Best in class.
Morning, Chris. How are you?
All right, thank you. All right. Bloody seagulls, David.
I've got them off mine.
Right, have a look at the boot. I didn't see you stood there. This is nice. A bit of range and a bit of it was still up.
No, this saved me a space. Just sitting about 20 minutes ago. John.
John Stevenson?
Yeah. I've just been sitting and he said, oh.
We're only tight, we're only having one tea bag between three. What do you think of that?
You tight git.
Oh Christ, hey, you don't want 3 tea bags? Oh, no. I only used 1 earlier.
I got another old.
Nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me. I know you've got somewhere to go, but won't you make yourself at home and stay with me? And don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Sun ain't nearly on the rise. We still got the moon and stars above. Underneath the velvet skies, love is all that matters. Won't you stay with me? Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, there's no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you.
gate.
Oh yes.
Here.
Oh right. Oh well. Congratulations.
Lovely.
So this is for. Oh, there we are. Oh yes.
Barrel. Oh, that'd be lovely.
I think that's my favourite of the trophies because you've got a bit of weight in there and you feel like you've got something. Well
that's
done.
Lovely.
Standard suit. Right, boys, done. There we go. He doesn't know how much it is now.
Yeah, he didn't know what I was doing there.
Pay at Paignton Festival, £5. £5, that's good. That's good.
Smile. Cheese. Cheese for everybody.
Sausages. That's what he's doing with his little finger.
He's trying not to laugh, isn't it? Mr. Dawes trying not to smile there.
We done it? Hold on. We done?
Hold on. Phil, last year you said orgasm. Come on. Right, you don't say cheese anymore. It's say orgasm. It's a bit late now, David. Thanks for coming, Phil.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter, Harry?
He's looking for the spot. He's getting a steamer.
You're going to put batteries in that camera to get it going?
Come on, it's raining.
Go on, Harry. Oh, he's going to be in there.
Harry, come on!
That was the gang, wasn't it?
I hope you got it running, Dave.
Take your tongues out, you can't use that one.
Shall I go back?
Right, all done, Dave. And so you know.
Wow.
There you go.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
That's just unbelievable. Well, our charity's going to be happy this year, aren't they?
Brilliant. Happy days.
Right, let's go inside. Should we do something different now? Should we have some photos?
That's amazing. Well, the queue was going into the front stage. What is he doing there?
You didn't get in there.
Oi, yes.
Where's our Vice Chairman? You know what they say? You see that sign on the back of trucks. If you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you. If you can't see the cameras, they can't see you.
Oh yes, we can.
So, start shoving and pushing. And make sure you're being seen. Who else? Right, snuggle in from the sides. Come on, Ashley Junior. No, come on. No, come on. No. Come on in.
You're all going to come closer.
Right. Handshake.
See me now.
Someone flashed.
Pop a bell out.
All right, we'll go. What are you doing? There we go.
Harry, you're a poser.
It's the time lapse.
Where's Phil with his orgasms then?
He's
sitting here, where he's sensible.
Oh, you're miserable.
Come on, have your photo taken.
It's a smile table. This table's sensible table.
No, have your photo taken.
I want to look at you tomorrow on
You don't look like you did in the court case. Come on.
You realise I was the last one in Torquay?
I mean, you do have your photo taken, not seen you.
Come on. Come on. Sit cross-legged in the front there.
Stand in front of me.
Well, don't block me out.
Make sure you can see the camera. Oh, he's got his arm around me.
You know.
I'm going to start the rumours now. He's got his arm around me. Come in. I told you in bed last night not to do that.
Come on,
Thank you. Are we done? Come on, David Bellamy, hurry up.
Stop it. Done, Dave. Done.
All done?
Yeah.
Right, there we go.
Thank you very much, everybody. That's a great check for our charities. And hopefully be supporting those this year.